What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, K Rich, and I'm coming at you from a PK perspective. So, we have been on this fast for a while. We're past a week. I think we're at like 10. Well, this is 9. So, today is the ninth day as we're going through this month. And man, I'm still kind of, I guess, Holy Ghost buzzed from church today. Church was awesome, awesome, awesome today. Um, God is so dope. So a couple of days ago, I had talked about this testimony that I had, and I figured today would be a great day to share it. So I don't know if a lot of people know. I just moved to Tampa, and it was being obedient to God. It's not a place or a thing that I would have chosen for myself. I would have much preferred moving to Houston, and I was not prepared for this move when God spoke. And just in obedience, knowing that, God had my back, He would never lead me astray. He has never left me astray. I surrendered to what God was saying through great pains, through a process. And I was obedient. He told me don't bring anything with me. I didn't. I brought my clothes, and I moved down here. Didn't have a place to stay. Initially, when the move began, did not have a job when the move began. God provided a job as I was in transit, because I did go home to help my mom and my niece as she was preparing to go to college for the first year, freshman year. I I really did this on a whim. I had to have a hitch put on my car, which, I had to get the trailer. I did all of these things, and I moved in. When I got here, I still didn't have a place to live. Um, and I was supposed to have this place. I was supposed to move in. Actually, I was supposed to move in Friday. Um, but, with all of this trusting and with God's provision, I knew at some point the enemy was going to do something. So when I left Detroit, I had been in the same complex for like 3 years, and left on the great terms. I got my security deposit back. People there I knew, and there were no issues when I left. Actually got the security deposit sent to my house in Hawaii because I was going to be there. Got the everything signed that there's nothing wrong. I owe nothing. Boom. Anybody knows about moving. When you rent, you know how that goes. And when I applied here, I had applied to a couple of places before, no issues, waiting on, things to open up or apartments to open up, because I just needed a 1 bedroom. Well, I found a spot that was the same price as a 1 bedroom, but it was 2 bedrooms. And I was like, cool, let me do that. Boom, I'm supposed to move in there on Friday. And on Friday, the day I was supposed to move in, the lady hits me up like, we can't let you move in. And I'm like, well, I'm not understanding why. I have money, everything's went through. She said, well, if something's come up on your report. And I'm like, well, what? She said, you have 2 evictions. What? I've never been evicted from anywhere. So I'm like, 2 evictions? I was like, from where? Now, this is the part that, I wanted to act a donkey. I wanted to get angry. I wanted to flip out. She said, you were evicted from the place I was living that I just left in 2016 and 2017. I was like, ma'am, I want you to explain to me. So this is an apartment complex. You work here. Nobody can get evicted from the same spot 2 times, get renewed for your lease, and then get your security deposit back. So I said, you know what, this is a mistake. I took her all the documents. I remember God saying, this is where the documents are. I got off work, drove here, got the documents, boom, here's all the proof. I have not been evicted. I called my old apartment. They were like, no, she hasn't been evicted. I called the corporate office. They're like, no, we don't see anything. She has not been evicted. We don't know how this is coming up. And these people still denied me. the apartment. Like, I'm like, this is a joke because I have I'm running out of days at the suite I'm in. You know, I'm supposed to be moving out this day. You guys, how is this possible that y'all are not gonna approve me? Like she sent it to the management denied me. And I'm like, this is some mess. But what was crazy was, this is how I want y'all to see that God already makes a way. That's why it's called provision, right? He provides ahead of time, right? It's not like that morning, Friday morning, out of the blue, another complex that I was going to go to called me. I was like, hey, Mrs. Ritchie, we know you applied a while back and we didn't have a place, but a one bedroom just opened up. You know, if you want to come check it out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, because, you know, the other place, this is before I got the bad news. The other place is 2-bedroom. I was like, but, you know, I will come by and check it out just in case, you know. I'll come by and check it out. And I was like, you know, don't give it away. I'll be there after work. So all of this transpires that day, right? It all transpires that day. And I'm like, dadgummit. I don't have a place in it. And I was like, shoot, the place that called me. So I called them. And I'm like, don't give it away. I'm on my way. I'm getting off work. I got off work at like 4. It's like, I'll be there. Just don't give it away, blah, blah, blah. So I get there, and I run through the whole spiel with them of what happened. And she was like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. We'll put the paperwork through, blah, blah, blah. You'll get approved. She was like, and the unit that we're going to give you is gorgeous. And I'm thinking, okay. So I walked. She was like, what is going to be amazing about this unit? She was like, it's already cleaned. We already had it ready. I guess somebody backed out. So it's already ready. You can move in as soon as your paperwork goes through. I said, okay. She goes and she's like, I want to show you why this is an amazing apartment. She's second floor. It's on the end. You know, it's kind of by the office, so it's relatively quiet around here. Cool beans. Go upstairs, open the unit. When I open the door to the unit, the balcony and the water. I'm right off of the river. This river that runs behind the complex. And when you open the front door, all you see is this beautiful river set. I mean, like, beautiful river setting. And I'm like, she was like, and that's why. This is an amazing unit. And I'm like, blown away just by the view. It was spacious enough. The closet was extremely huge. Could have been almost another bedroom. I couldn't believe why the closet was so big. And I go in, I filed the paperwork, and Saturday I'm approved. They're like, hey, everything's good to go. Bring in your deposit and you're good to go. So tomorrow I sign the paperwork and I move in either tomorrow night or on Tuesday. And man, God is dope. The other apartment, I didn't have a view. I was looking from one building to the next building. Man, I am just so thankful. When you trust in God, when you believe in God, when you hold on to what He said, when you have the faith to know that God is working everything out, it's already done. Man, and I just remember I was talking to, and she doesn't even know. So Felicia, if you watch this, I don't even think she knew what all was going on when we talked. And I was just talking about the process and how it's like God has this calm. It's just this peace and this calm that He's giving me in the last little bit. And, you know, I began to talk about how you really understand how to live in that peace. Because before, man, I'd have flipped out, I'd have been stressed out, I'd have been calling. And it's crazy, I didn't call anybody. I just prayed. And just that peace, when you know that you've done your part, when you know God says, do this, and you're obedient to it, oh man, you know that there's no onus on you to make anything happen. There's no, oh man, you got to get it done. There's no, I was obedient to God, and now God is going to do the work. It's not up to me. It's not up to anything under my power. Once I've done what He has said, once I've done what is what somebody told me, once I've done the natural, I allow Him to do the supernatural. And sometimes once I say yes, I allow Him to work it out. Man, that takes so much stress off of you. So in the midst of this, and what's crazy is my pastor here is preaching trust the process. And anybody who knows me, I believe in that, but I also believe that I don't, for me, the process is this, right? It's roller coaster. It's up and down. It's iffy. The wind is blowing. I'm going through. That's the process. But I don't trust that because that is fleeting. That's up and down. I trust the God of the process. And if you understand that, then you know you can trust it because he's orchestrated. He's laid out and designed it. And I can trust that process. So, man, if y'all are believing God for something, if you're having faith for anything, if you're fasting, man, I'm telling you, trust God. Make sure you are in right standing with him. Make sure you're being obedient. Make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do as a child of God. Not just a creation of God, but as a child of God. And then watch God blow your mind. Watch him just show up and do what he does. Man, it's almost like somebody comes to pick a fight with you. And you got a big brother. And you like, dude, I'm not worried about when my brother gets here, man, it's a wrap. Like, you ain't got to throw a punch. I hear you, and you talking. Okay, hold on. When my big brother gets here, it's all squashed. Like, and that's how the enemy comes at us. He's barking and wolfing and rah, 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 rah. And when we're immature and we don't understand God in our life, we back with the flesh. But as we mature, we understand, okay, let me get my big bro to handle this. Like, God, I know you got me. Like, even when you have to go through some things, even when you have to deal with some things, even when you have to live with the effect of what's happening, you can still look at God and say, man, I know you got me. I can have no money in my bank account. God, I know you got me. I might not have no food, but God, I know you got me. I may not have a place to stay, but God, I know you got me. And watch him come through. Sometimes we don't understand the gravity of our yes and what my yes, 3 months ago began. My yes began the domino of God's will to work, and me moving in what God said and me being obedient was a domino effect to the blessings that he's bringing to pass. It's a domino effect to the anointing that he's releasing. It's a domino effect to the ministry that's coming to pass. All that came from a yes. Okay, God, I choose you. I'll follow you. I'll sacrifice. And the sacrifices made then are pushing my future into existence. They're pushing the will of God to happen in my life. And man, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And I'm not going to say it doesn't come with ups and downs, bumps, scary moments, or anything like that. But man, when you can sit back and say, God, I know you, and you know it. Man, when that faith is so activated and you just know, and no one can shake you and be like, nah, I don't know. I don't know if God's going to do that. I'm sorry, y'all. Once again, these motion detectors, I hear a beep, and that means lights is about to go out. So I got to wave, or something to keep it from going out. But when you know that thing like that, man, it's so mind blowing. Like, I don't have to work. But it's not by might. It's not by my power. It's not by what I can do to make it happen. It's not. It's not about how big or how strong I can be. It's about how humble I can be, how abased I can be before God. It's about how much submission I can present him from the depths of my heart. It's about the obedience that I live and I walk out. Man, when it starts, I'm trying to cry, but man, when it starts to click, when it really starts to click for you, and that's why it's PK perspective. I'm a PK, and we can lose some stuff because we haven't had the opportunity to have that one-on-one because we've been so covered. But man, like, for somebody like me I was in sin for over a decade. But when it starts to click and you start to see God the way you saw him when you were a child, and you can just trust him and lean on him before, like you did before everything became crazy, man. Sorry, y'all. Man, I'm so humble. I'm so thankful to God for the opportunity to even be here, to be at this point, because I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I haven't earned it. But man, God's grace, His grace. If I can be at this point, anybody can. And I'm not counting myself to have made it, but I'm growing. And I've grown so much, and I'm maturing. And I know it because He smiles and lets me know. I don't need anybody to co-sign me but God. Man, y'all. Sometimes there's no words, you know. So I just did this video, and even me doing the whole recording videos, it's just to help somebody, man. To encourage somebody, for somebody to see that it don't have to look a certain way. It don't have to sound a certain way. It don't gotta be, you know, a certain way, man. It doesn't. God knows you. He knows exactly how He made you. He knows exactly what He's put in you. He knows the personality He gave you. He knows all your idiosyncrasies. He knows all your characteristics, and He made you just like that. And me and my t-shirt and dreads, and I love God with all my heart, and I'll do whatever He asks me to do. And as the pastor was talking about today, like, it's crazy that God even trusts me to put me in some of the things, to put me in this process, to say, I know you can make it out. I trust you. I got trust in you, just like Job. And what's crazy, he preached that, and I was telling one of my friends about that a couple days ago. But man, God is so dope. And I want y'all just to continue to stretch and continue to go deeper and continue to seek Him and grow spiritually and grow in maturity and grow in power and grow in anointing. Man, because this fight is real out here. So we got to be equipped. Because one day it's going to be on you to help the next person. One day it's going to be on you to mentor somebody, to disciple somebody. I couldn't be where I'm at without God. So as long as I don't know where I'd be without, I know exactly where I would be. And that's why I'm so grateful. But man, God is good. Walk upright. Stick with Him. Have faith. I promise you. I promise you, God got you. Better than anybody else could have you. God got you. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Sorry I got emotional, but as we finish, we're going through with this fast. I know y'all see, yeah. So continue reading, continue praying, continue with your worship time. Worship, 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 worship. Continue. And I look forward to hearing some great testimony. I look forward to hearing great feedback. And I will see you guys tomorrow again. All right. Good night, guys.